What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Blu-ray portion of this update. Yes, this is ridiculous. Like, this is one of the biggest updates I think I've ever had, and for good reason though, because it's been 3 months, and I got so much goodness here. I've watched a lot of this stuff. I mean, some of the stuff I got recently, so I haven't opened it. Like I said, I was preparing for the 2017 year-end show, so I was watching a lot of 2017 releases, which is understandable. And, yeah, let's shut the fuck up. Let's get right into this. Here, I guess we'll just start. I have this all stacked up, so I guess we'll just start with this. Right here is the Code Reds. First up here, I picked up The Devil's Express, a film from 1976. I've actually seen this movie before. I realized when I started watching it, I'd actually seen it before, because I think it was on DVD. Somebody put it out. I can't remember. Maybe it was Vinegar. I can't remember who put this out. But it's so fun. It's a great black exploitation / horror film. Basically about this this guy that goes to Japan to become a sensei, and he brings along his friend who steals this amulet and brings it back to New York, and it unleashes this demon who starts killing people in the subways and stuff. So it's like this half blaxploitation, inner city type film with this this horror elements to it. It's pretty fun, actually. It's ridiculous. The acting's so ridiculous, but the main character in this film, man, the way he delivers his lines is enough to make you want to watch this film. It's so funny. The action sequences are so slow in this. Like, they're choreographed so slow and fun. Oh, it's ridiculous, but I had a blast with this. Just amazing, amazing fun. So that's Devil's Express. Just got this in today, and that's Emmanuel and the Deadly Black Cobra. I'm super excited. I've never seen this Emmanuel film before. It looks very exploitive. Probably very much like a typical Emmanuel film with lots of nudity and a very minor storyline. But Laurie Gersmer, love her. Jack Palance is in this film. I can't wait to check this out, man. This looks awesome. Which I can't believe that, you know, Amazon actually was carrying Code Reds now. I think they're being distributed through Kino, I guess, or something. It doesn't say anything about it, but I don't know. Next up here, we got Cut and Run, which I just also got this too, like 2 days ago, so I haven't been able to check out the transfer on this, but one of my favorite films, actually. The intro before this video actually has the main theme song from this. I've mentioned that a few times in videos, but yeah, I actually like the slipcover on this. It's actually pretty cool, and it's got the original artwork on there too, which is very cool. Sorry about the glare, but yeah, I love that. That's nice. That's actually really nice. Michael Berryman on there, which is kind of funny, you know. They use Berryman on there, and he's really not in the film a whole lot, but of course we got Richard Lynch in this too. It's awesome. Karen Black, good stuff. Slithis, I haven't even opened this. Just got this in too. I do have the VHS of this movie. It's such a bad movie. I can't wait to check out the transfer on this. I've heard the transfer is like really amazing, which is good. I see Code Red's actually starting to put in some decent work on the releases. This is one that kind of intrigued me though, man. It's another one that is in leagues with Shout Factory, so that's kind of intriguing. But Slithis, pretty cool. We got The Dark, which I reviewed on the 31 Days of Horror. You know, this movie it's such a mess. It's such a mess. It has decent moments in it, but but overall, you know, it's kind of a miss. I just wish they had shown the monster a little bit more in this one. It's kind of one of those films where you need it. So, but nevertheless, still a pretty damn good release, man, from Code Red. Another one here from Code Red. We got The Sadist, also known as, if you go to buy this one, you're going to see it under Sweet Baby Charlie. That artwork right there. Yeah, man. You know, based on the real serial killers, which I can't remember their names right now, which, you know, influenced so many movies like Natural Born Killers and California and things like that. But this is an early one from 1966. About 3 teachers that are on their way to a ball game, a Dodgers game, and they break down. They're at this this junkyard, and they come in contact with these killers, this teenage boy and his young girlfriend and stuff, and shit goes crazy. But this is fucking awesome. I'm so glad there's still movies out there like this that I haven't seen, because I really, really thoroughly enjoyed this movie. It's awesome all the way around. Great performances, shot beautifully. Actually, the cinematographer actually shot The Deer Hunter and Deliverance, and he also did Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which is amazing because those 3 movies all are shot brilliantly. So you know what to expect visually from this one. Awesome film. Another one here, seven bloodstained orchids. Umberto Lenzi. So happy to upgrade this from the Shriek Show DVD. The Shriek Show DVD looked like shit, and I think it was actually cut too, to be honest. And I think this one is fully uncut from what I have heard. But yeah, or something like that. I can't quite remember, but I love this movie. I think it's fantastic. Very, very happy to upgrade that one right there. So that is it for the Code Reds. That's like the most Code Reds I think I've ever picked up in one update. It's crazy. On to the 88 films, which I now have the complete collection. I'm just waiting for one in the poster now, but I have them all up to date. So on the Italian collection. First up here, we have Zombie Creeping Flesh. Also known as Virus, and also known as Night of the Zombies, and also known as Nightmares. We just have so many, not Nightmare City. But yeah, this looks great, man. This looks really great considering it's a Bruno Mattei film. I love this movie, man. It's just, some of the stock footage used in this shit just cracks me up, man. It's typical Bruno Mattei, right? Bruno Mattei just rips everything off, whether it's scores, which I think is actually ripped off in this film. All the stock footage and shit. But, but the funny thing is about this movie, it has so much social subtext in it and stuff. It's pretty funny. Good stuff. I love this movie. Great transfer. Fulci's Touch of Death. Not the greatest Fulci film in the world, but I still enjoy this one, man. It is what it is. It's fun. It's fun. It's a Fulci film. Transfer's really good on it. Really good stuff. So, yeah, Fulci's Touch of Death. Next up here, we have The Long Hair of Death, which, yes, this movie is fantastic. I love this one. I also have the Raro DVD or Blu-ray, but I've heard that this one actually does look better. So that was interesting. Great Antonio Margaretti film, man. Very, very underrated. If you've never seen this one, give it a shot. It's fantastic. Black and white. You never seen this one, give it a shot. Could talk about this one for a while, but we just don't have the time. Next up is Django Kill with the slipcover, which is going to be coming off because most of my releases don't have them, and they just look stupid on the shelf because these things are numbered, and they didn't put the numbers on the slipcover, so they just look ridiculous. But so Django Kill, which I really thoroughly enjoy also. It's a Django film, man. It's fun shit. Can't go wrong. Thomas Milan. Love Thomas Milan, man. He's so great. So yeah. Django Kill. Pretty cool. Next up here we have whatever that says in Italian, Cold-Blooded Beast, also known as Slaughter Hotel. I do have the Raro, but this edition is a lot better. It's got the... I think there was some parts in the Raro edition that didn't have audio, where they actually put the audio back into this one. Directed by Fernando De Leo, who is mostly known for directing, Eurocrime films and things like that. But he did a few films like this, and this one's actually not bad. It's very sleazy, with Klaus Kinski, and it's, sleazy, man. Good stuff. This one right here, I don't even want to attempt to try and say this in Italian, but this is Watch Me When I Kill. Very happy to upgrade this one because I have the old VCI DVD and it looks like shit, so I can finally get rid of that piece of shit. Directed by Antonio Beto. I love this film, man. It's great stuff. Can't wait to actually check out the transfer. This is one I haven't checked out. But yeah, so good stuff. And then we've got In the Eye of the Hurricane. Yes, also known as Fox with the Velvet Tail, which I did not know that. So even though I was collecting this Italian line, I would end up picking it up anyways, but later on, we'll get into that again, but I had no idea it was the same film. It's the first time that's ever happened with an Italian film before, because most Italian films have multiple names, and sometimes this happens where you buy the same film underneath a different title, and this actually happened to me for once. I had no idea. So, but yeah, good film though. Really, really good film. I enjoyed it. So that is the 88 films, Blu-rays that I picked up. Actually, that was a lot. I think that was all from. I think I picked up all these from the sale except for Zombie Creeping Flesh, I think. So that was like Black Friday stuff right there. Let's get into the Vinegar Syndrome stuff here. I gotta take a little drink of this coffee because my throat fucking hurts. I feel like I've been talking all day today. It feels like podcast day. All right, Vinegar Syndrome stuff, which I picked up so much. Double feature of Primeval and Lurkers. I had Lurkers on the Scorpion DVD, but Primeval, that was pretty cool, man. Primeval is an interesting film. It's a little bit slower. I think it could have been edited down a little bit, but all in all, pretty cool double feature, man. These transfers, I mean, I don't want to repeat myself every single time with all these, but Vinegar Syndrome does some of the best transfers out there. They take these low-budget shit films, and they make them, they just polish turds, man. They polish turds. It's crazy, man. Like, I cannot believe how well some of these films look. It's amazing, but great double feature. Next up is one of my favorite. I love this movie. I don't know why this one gets shit on all the time, but grab the hearse from the Vinegar Syndrome sale, which I missed this one originally. Actually, I did like the slipcover that this one came with, but it's kind of too bad I didn't get it, but whatever. I'm not crying about it. I don't really need it. So, but I love the hearse, man. Actually, yeah, that's what the slipcover looks like, is with that extra disc there. But the hearse, very atmospheric. Film about a hearse. It's good shit, man. So, yeah. Vinegar Syndrome, man. Always doing great work. Next up here is, I think this was pretty obvious that this was coming out from Vinegar Syndrome. They gave some clues and stuff, and I think it was pretty obvious what it was. But that's Ice Cream Man with Clint Howard. You know, it's a clunky film. You know, it's a very oddball film at times. It has some things that work and some things that don't. It's edited oddly. It's acted oddly. Like, there's so many weird and odd things about this. I think I've heard that the director even talks about in the commentary some of the things that he probably wouldn't have done today. But I thought the transfer looked phenomenal on this. Like, just, it looks so good. I'm like, are you kidding me? I will say one thing I was a little bit disappointed with this release, though, even though, you know, it comes with a slipcover, that's cool, that, you know, this artwork is decent, you know, but I was a little bit disappointed, honestly, that it didn't have the reverse, like, it has a reverse, you know, same artwork without the title. It didn't have the original artwork, you know, that classic artwork with Clint Howard holding the bloody ice cream and stuff. I think that would have been super awesome. They probably couldn't get the rights to it. Obviously, that's just the way these things work sometimes, but, you know, just a minor gripe on it, but, I think that would have been actually a really cool addition, but again, it's probably a rights thing, so what can you do? But slipcover, nevertheless, is nice. You know, it's a stupid, fun 90s film. I like it. Speaking of fucking terrible films, oh my god. This is one I didn't get with the slipcover, which is totally fine, I don't care. The very obscure Blood Beat. This movie went from VHS obscurity straight to Blu-ray. Film from 1982. I don't think it officially got released on VHS till like 87 or something like that. But man, this movie, set on Christmas, it's so bad. I did a full-length review for this during 31 Days of Horror, and we actually just did one on the podcast also. This movie is fucking, it's beyond terrible. It's so bad in every aspect. The effects, the story, the dialogue, the acting is on a different planet of bad. But oddly enough, for how shitty this film is, it's super entertaining. I had a blast watching this. I watched it twice now, and I've had a blast both times. The only film in history where a chick flicking her bean can conjure up some ancient samurai and samurai warrior goes around killing people. This movie's fucking stupid. It was a French director. It's like he wrote a script and it just didn't get translated right, you know, into English or something, but Blood Beat, man, what a fun-ass film. So bad. Speaking of bad films, and this was a first-time watch for me, and I actually liked it. It's bad, but it was oddly entertaining, again, from the early 80s, 1984, and it's Disconnected. I had heard of this film before. I'd never seen it before. I'd never seen a VHS. Won't lie. But, you know, I gotta say that slipcover is so fugly. I don't like the slipcover on that at all. But I do like this. This is very cheesy. Artwork, Disconnected, with the connected broken. Low budget slasher film. It's kind of nice though because it does take place, like it has scenes like in a you know a VHS store, rental store, and shit like that. So that's kind of cool. I like that. It's always nice to look in the background and see what movies are in there and shit. But yeah, watch at your own risk. If you don't like bad movies, don't check it out. Next up is Death Machines, another one from 76. I actually did a double feature with this movie last night and Devil's Express. And what a great, great double feature. Both from 76, both very exploitive type films. You know, action, thriller, sci-fi, horror films. Perfect double feature. I can't recommend this enough. So bad. Death Machines basically is about this Asian boss, this woman Asian boss that creates these death machines, these 3 killing machines, and she kind of gives them like this serum or whatever, and they turn into these zombies and they do whatever she wants. So she's kind of running the underworld, the hitman world and stuff, and it's hilarious. So these guys go into this dojo and just wipe out the whole thing, which I swear to God, that's where Tarantino got the scene from for Kill Bill, the scene in the dojo restaurant thing or whatever. It's from this movie. I swear to God it is. I could be wrong, but it was very familiar to me. But they go in there and just slaughter everybody, and then they become the target. So, but yeah, Death Machines. The transfer is ridiculous on this. Vinegar Syndrome, man, so good. Trip with the Teacher. This was a first time watch for me too, man. I really enjoyed this movie. Basically about a teacher that gets kind of abducted and, you know, forced to do things on the road with these bikers and shit. Yeah, they forced her to commit the ultimate sacrifice. Man, the transfer again, just ridiculous. It sounds so repetitive with saying that, but what can I say, man? It was good stuff. Good 70s, 1974 exploitation. Awesome. Really enjoyed that one. Here's one that I haven't gotten around to checking out. I have the Shriek Show DVD of this, and I love this movie. I've seen it a bunch of times. It's one of those films that breaks the fourth wall. The characters are talking to the camera and things like that, and it's about these 2 psychos that fall in love because they have one common bond, and that's murder, you know. So, and that's Psychos in Love. That's the original artwork you see on the DVD, and the slipcover, which not really a big fan of, to be honest. I'm a fan, like their quality of their slipcovers are nice, man. But I love that artwork a lot more. I think I might even take that slipcover off too. It's kind of ugly. But yeah, man, I can't wait to check out the transfer on this one. But Psychos in Love, good shit. Yeah, good stuff. Continuing along with this, the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, Liquid Sky, which I'm dying to check out. I keep hearing this movie is so odd and strange, and I just got to check it out. My homeboy Derek, he said this one's great. So, but it just looks like a visual oddity. Look at that artwork right there. That's amazing. That slipcover. Actually, it's a nice slipcover. Very different. So, very cool stuff. Let me know your thoughts if you've checked out Liquid Sky yet. Got to get around to checking that out. Oh, man. Here's one that I actually thought, because Vinegar Syndrome releases a lot of porno, and I actually thought this was a porno. So, I didn't check it out at first, but someone told me it wasn't. That's Nurse Sherry. I did a review on this on the podcast. This is another one of those movies that's just so goddamn bad that it's a fucking train wreck, man. But you can't look away. It's so much fun. Like, there's scenes in this film where you can tell that were shot after the fact just to put in there. I don't want to give everything away, but it's a stupid film, man. It's really stupid. About this nurse that gets possessed by this dead preacher. It's ridiculous. Yeah, Nurse Sherry. Still yet to even check this one out. I own this on DVD. I love this movie. It's a stupid, fun Ted V. Michaels film who did lots of low budget exploitation type films and stuff. But the corpse grinders. Holy fuck, I can't talk. In blood curdling color. I like this film. I heard the transfer is ridiculously good on this too, so which doesn't surprise me. It's Vinegar Syndrome. Next up here, which I wish I had got this slipcover on this one, because now that I see other people's and how cool it actually is, but I still like the cover art. It's cool. Demon Winds. It's got that lenticular one. Pretty cool stuff. I just didn't go after it at first. It was way cheaper to get it on Amazon than it was at the time on Vinegar Syndrome, so I went with it. This was surprisingly really damn good, though. From 1984, yeah, man, it was pretty cool, man, about these people that go out to this dude's family's farm and stuff like that, and all this crazy shit starts happening. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's a really cool film. Really cool effects and deaths and shit like that. I had a blast with this. It was a lot better than I was anticipating. Usually their Vinegar Syndrome's films are very subpar, entertaining but terrible. This was actually pretty good. And then last up here, we got A Woman's Torment, which I believe is like it's like a porno slasher film, I believe. So I haven't checked this one out yet, but I will be checking it out soon. And I heard the transfers are really good on this one too, which doesn't surprise me. And that is going to do it for the Vinegar Syndrome stuff. Like, this is crazy how many Vinegar Syndrome titles I grabbed this month. Like, that's... I know. This is just... It's almost embarrassing how much money I spent. But yeah, so we'll continue along here. Let's get into... we'll get into this stuff. I got a few... Olive Films. Olive Films. I usually never buy these because they are so expensive here. They're so damn expensive. It's so annoying. But I finally got Jim Brown's Slaughter. I love this movie. I'm a big fan of Jim Brown in these blaxploitation films. This is a fun-ass movie, man. Really, really fun. Can't wait to check out the transfer on it. But 1972 blaxploitation with Jim Brown. How can you go wrong? It's called Slaughter, right? Yeah, it's been years since I've seen that one. Here's another one I haven't seen in a long time too, but finally got my hands on this. I got it for like $16 I think or something. And they're usually like $35 here, so I was pretty happy about that. And that is Friday Foster with, of course, Pam Grier and Yaphet Kotto. I love that guy, man. He's so good. He was such a great actor, man. I think, is he dead? I think he is, yeah. But yeah, Friday Foster, another Pam Grier one from 1975, man. Good stuff right there. Been a while. I've actually never seen this one. I can't wait to check this one out. But Fred Williamson and The Hammer. I've always known about this movie. Just never checked it out. Never had the opportunity before. So very, very stoked to have some Fred Williamson in the collection. Which I got lots of Fred Williamson, but some more, I should say. So that's pretty cool. And I also got Vampire's Ghost, which I may have shown this in the last update. I'm not actually 100% sure. It was just sitting in my pile here, but yeah. Vampire's Ghost from 1945. Good shit. So I think that's probably the most Olive Films I think I've like ever had. Maybe not. I don't know. But whew, my throat. All right. So next up here we got from Garage House Pictures. We got Trailer Trauma 4. Yeah, I'm very excited that they keep putting these ones out, man. These are awesome to watch. You know, great background stuff. You got some people over having some drinks. Might as well just throw this on. You know, it's great stuff, man. The TV trailers for, you know, 100 and something films, 181 minutes. Can't go wrong with these. I'm glad that these things are getting popular and they're selling because they're fun. They're really fun. Trailer Trauma 4. Next up here we got Wes Craven's Summer of Fear. Happy to upgrade this one. Actually, my wife bought me this for Christmas, which is kind of cool because I didn't want to spend the money. It was so expensive here. Good TV horror film, actually, from Wes Craven. So, Summer of Fear. Can't wait for more Doppelganger releases to come out. So, pretty cool stuff. And I was talking about In the Eye of the Hurricane earlier, also known as The Fox with the Velvet Tail. Here is the Mondo release. Yes, I had picked up the Mondo release, and that one was coming out. I thought it was a totally different film, so I grabbed it. Then soon realized that it was actually the same film. Yes, I actually finally did that. I had no idea they were the same film. I just fucked up. So if I didn't know that, I probably wouldn't have grabbed this one, and I would have just grabbed the 88 films, but whatever. I've got the film under 2 different titles, so it's pretty cool. But it's a good film. I enjoyed it. So picked up a couple Scorpion titles here. We got Goodbye Gemini. I've heard really good things about this one. From 1970. I grabbed this on the Ronin sale. This thing was like $15, $16 or something, $14. I don't know. It was really cheap, and I've been wanting to get this one forever. And I kind of missed out on the DVD. I just never grabbed it, which I was really big into collecting those back in the day, and so kind of forgot about it. Got the Blu-ray on the sale, so can't wait to check this one out. Looks really cool. And I had to grab this one, man. This is Kill and Kill Again. This is the sequel to. What's the name of the film? Kill and Kill. I think it's Kill and Kill. I think that's what it. I'm not 100% sure. Kill or Be Killed. That's what it's called. Which is a fantastic film. Never seen the sequel before, so really, really stoked to check this out from 1981. Yeah, this was really cheap, $14. So I can't go wrong with that right there. Moving along here, why don't we get into some Kino stuff that I picked up. First up here, Rawhead Rex. The wife also picked this up for me for Christmas, which I'm very excited about. Still have not even opened it. You know, I'm not like the biggest fan of this movie. It's fun, it's stupid, it's ridiculous, but I couldn't pass it up because it's just one of those titles, man, you gotta have in your collection. In fact, I actually do have this. I have a legitimate Italian DVD release that looks beautiful. It's actually crazy, but whatever. Christmas present, I'm not going to pass it up. Rawhead Rex, pretty cool stuff. Chambers of Horror from 1940, also known as The Door with Seven Locks. I actually watched this last night. I thought it was okay. I thought the story was a little bit clunky. It's very typical 1940s, you know, horror cinema, where they introduce the characters without really introducing the characters. It's kind of like they're thrown into the plot, and they're not really explained who they are, you know, kind of thing. I mean, you figure it out as you go along, but you have to really pay attention. But it's like a film from 1940, and you're like, what the fuck? But it's got some pretty cool suspense to it. It's got, you know, some twists and turns and stuff. I mean, by today's standards, I think it's a little bit predictable, but I still enjoyed it for what it was. It's not great by any means, but yeah, Chamber of Horrors, pretty cool. Based on the story, actually, The Door with Seven Locks by Edgar Wallace. Yeah, pretty cool. I like the premise to it. This one I've heard nothing but good things about. I've never seen this one from 1971, and that's Mistoff Waltz. Fuck, I cannot say that. I don't know what it is, but I can't say the fucking word properly, man. Somebody will correct me in the comments. They always do. But yeah, this movie right here, my boy Zach always talks about how great this film is, and it was never cheap. It was never cheap. So I finally picked it up at a great price. So whatever. Next up here, also from Kino Classics, is Night Kill. This is a film I actually never heard of before. So 1980. And it looks pretty cool, man. I checked out the synopsis, but I trust Kino, man. Especially this Kino Classics line. They put out so much good films. It's like ridiculous. You can't keep up, whether it's horror, thriller, action, sci-fi, you know, 50s sci-fi, or whatever, man. They just put out so many good movies. So, Night Kill, looking forward to checking that one out. Oh my god, this movie right here. Jess Franco's punk shock erotic opera, Killer Barbies. Holy fuck, man. This is from 1996, which I'd never seen, you know, before we did our 96 show, but this movie is just, you have to see it to believe it. That's all I'm going to say. You have to see it to believe it. This is when Jess Franco's films were getting so ridiculous, and I mean, you could probably say that about the, you know, the early 70s, very sexploitative type films he had, but this is just on a different level, man. You actually can't, you gotta see this to believe this, man. It's crazy. It's a crazy film. Upgrade for me, Original Gangsters. You know, Larry Cohen, you know, started his career doing blaxploitation films, and kind of ended his career doing blaxploitation films. It's kind of interesting. Fred Williamson, Jim Brown, and Pam Grier, three of the biggest names ever in blaxploitation in Original Gangsters. Totally makes sense, the title. I love the soundtrack to this movie too, but you know, the film itself is pretty good, but I couldn't pass the price up. Awesome. Love Original Gangsters. Rolling Vengeance. I actually picked up this VHS last year at HorrorCon, and right after that, I think the Blu-ray got announced. I was like, that's fucking awesome. This movie's amazing. Huge monster truck revenge film. It's awesome. It's totally worth it, man. If you've never seen Rolling Vengeance, man, gotta check it out. It's really good shit. But yeah, look at that cover art too. Fantastic. Highly recommended. Awesome stuff. And then we got Striker. This is Chero H. Santiago film. Just, he's done so many movies, so many post-apocalyptic films. Yeah, was it? Yeah, this is one that followed Wheels of Fire. I did Dune Warriors, The Sisterhood, Equalizer, all those films that were put out by Code Red, which are all fun. I've heard mixed opinions on this one, but I like the other ones that he did. So I'm a big fan of post-apocalyptic. So Striker, got to do that one. So that's some Kino stuff right there. I got a couple. You know what? Here, let's do this. We'll get into these ones right here. So, from Severin, we got Devil's Honey. This is like the last Fulci film I needed to get. Well, I think I need one more. I need that comedy that Maya put out years ago. But this was, you know, was not the... I was never expecting a film like this from Lucio Fulci, man. It's like a... sexploitation film, basically, is what it is. It's from the, you know, the 80s, 86 and stuff. It's not your typical Fulci, just put it that way. But I highly enjoyed this. I thought it was pretty cool. definitely different, man. If you're expecting a typical Lucio Fulci film, it's not that. So, but yeah, Devil's Honey finally gets a release after years and years. I can finally cross this one out of the notebook because it's here. It's here, man. We got popcorn from Synapse. The transfer is so beautiful in this. I'm glad that I waited for the regular release because the steelbooks are so expensive, and I don't collect steelbooks. I don't really care for them that much, to be honest. But I wish they had to use this cover art on the steelbook. Actually, well, I don't wish because I still wouldn't have bought it, but I like this better. So, still a fun film. You know, it takes place in a theater and stuff, so the setting's really cool. We all know this one. 1991 slasher film, pretty good. Speaking of slasher films, Artsploitation with Red Christmas. This one's got Dee Wallace in it. Basically about this person that shows up at this house at Christmas time and starts picking the family off one by one. There's a lot more to the story than that. I thought the movie was pretty good. It's ridiculous at times. Acting sometimes a little bit shaky. Dee Wallace is really good in the film, though. Actually, the body count's really high in this one. It's not a bad watch. So, I enjoyed that one. From Vestron, we got Slaughter High. Got myself a copy of this. Did not pay the Amazon CA price that they were asking, like $50 or whatever. So, got this from the US, paid like half the price. But, yeah, Slaughter High. What can I say? Good film. And then we grabbed the Warlock Collection, which might have been a pricing error. I don't know what happened with this because this thing was like $45 on Amazon CA. Looked in my cart and it was like $15.99. So I just grabbed it instantly and I got it. So it might have been a pricing error. I don't know what happened with that, but I'm not complaining because I really had no ambition to grab this because I hate Warlock 3, you know. That's where the Hall of Pain came from, was on our podcast, was from Warlock 3. I like Warlock 1. Part 2 is okay, but they're not my favorites, but Warlock Trilogy. Then I got some Blue Undergrounds here. We grabbed The Lift, Dick Moss. This movie's, man, the dialogue had me fucking rolling in this thing. It's so funny. It's just so poorly done. I don't know, man. It's in Dutch, but it's some of the lines. I don't know if it's the translation or whatever, but it was pretty funny. It's an okay film. It's about a killer elevator, so it's okay. Some of the effects were pretty cool. Then we got the remake, which is called Down, also known as The Shaft. I actually think I preferred this one a little bit more. You know, it's a little bit more, little bit better paced. Even though this film's longer, which actually runs way too long, like 110 minutes, I think the pacing was a little bit better in this one. The story's a little bit better. I didn't have this like stupid fucking family storyline that was in this one. I kind of like this one a little bit better, and plus you get to look at Naomi Watts in this one when she's fucking sexy. But yeah, some of the there's one kill in this film where this dude gets sucked through the elevator and thrown out the building. I like erupted. It was so funny, man. I just pissed myself. And it's got Aerosmith's "Love in an Elevator" song. That's pretty cool in itself. And we also, why do I keep saying we? Who the fuck is we, man? I don't know. I don't know why I keep saying we. I picked up Death Dream. Yeah, Bob Clark's classic. I love this movie. I absolutely love this movie. Super underrated. I mean, people know about it now. I mean, it's had a couple releases from Blue Underground, but it's a great story. Really, really great story stuff. So, never seen Death Dream. Check it out. Yeah. All right. So, where are we here? What do we got for time? Let's get into the Scream Factories that I picked up. I picked up a fucking whack look. It's like the most Scream Factories I picked up in like a year. First up here, we picked up Time Bomb. I thought originally I hadn't seen this film, but I actually have seen this film after reading up on it. It's from 1991. It's like an action kind of sci-fi type thing. I remember actually really digging this film, so I picked it up and got it for a really good price. I wasn't going to buy it at first, but you know, so I picked that up. Got the Manster. Just got this in yesterday. This was another one that dropped in price like crazy, which I was very happy about. Such a stupid movie, but I enjoy this for what it is. Can't wait to check out the transfer. Finally, a good transfer, the Manster. I think this is like a public domain film, so it can't be worse than the other transfers. Yes, check this one out the other night. The Angry Red Planet. This movie, like my homeboy Derek said, is very red. When they get to Mars, it is very, very red. The effects are cheesy. It's just like filters and stuff, but it's kind of fun. It's a fun movie, man. I had a blast with this. it's cheesy. What is it? 1959. It feels like 1959. Just put it that way. But I really enjoyed this. I thought it was great. Another upgrade for me, which is After Midnight. I still enjoy this one, man. I think, the wraparound story is fantastic in this. So basically what we got is we got a school teacher who is teaching a class on fear, and we got these students in there. Actually, the girl is from, the fuck is she from? Californication. She's Runkle's fucking wife in here. She's one of the students, and so he invites the students to his house for like a private thing where they tell these stories and stuff. So there's like 3 stories plus the wraparound, which the wraparound story is actually just as long as the other ones too, which is really cool. Flaming Axe Man, that's all I gotta say. If you guys follow me on Letterboxd, I do like a 2-word review of some of the films I watch. And if you've seen this, you know what I mean. It's just so funny, but I still enjoy it. Transfer's great. Great anthology. Not great, but fun. Island of Terror, man. This was the first time watch for me from 1966. I really enjoyed the shit out of this movie, man. It's fantastic. Peter Cushing, actually at times a little bit shaky in this film for acting wise. I thought he was a tiny bit shaky. It was kind of funny actually. But I overall really, really enjoyed this film. It's, good stuff, man. Island of Terror. Great release from Screen Factory. Yeah, there's a little bit of features on it anyway. So next up here is Hell Night. I have not dipped into the transfer on this one. It's very cool that this got a release, finally, because people just kept saying, where's Hell Night on Blu-ray? Where's Hell Night on Blu-ray? So, just an upgrade for me. I heard the transfer's not very good, but I will check that out for myself, because everyone's interpretation of good and bad transfers is different. I've noticed. Yeah, very much. So, but yeah, Hell Night, good shit. The Devil's Candy, love this movie. Spoiler alert, did not make my top 10 from last year, but it's, it's very, very close. I thought this movie was fantastic. It's a little bit clunky in the third act, and I think that's what kind of hurt it for me, but I thought it was great, man. It had great character development. The music was actually pretty good for what it was in this film, and the story was interesting. So, but Devil's Candy, one of the better IFC releases from Screen Factory and IFC. This one I did a review for on the podcast. Quiet Place in the Country. Man, I fucking love this movie. Very psychological. It's awesome, man. Really, really good stuff. With Franco Nero. Fuck, I forgot his name for a second. With Franco Nero. Basically plays this guy that's, he is having a really rough time. And so his doctor kind of suggests that he goes out to the country to get away from the city life and stuff. And he goes out there and then shit gets real crazy for him out there and shit. Very, very well executed. A lot of subtext in this. Very psychological. Great performance by Franco Nero. He knocks out the park. Next up, we got the Poughkeepsie tapes, which, for all the hype that this movie had for years of being kind of an unreleased film and stuff, is very heavily bootleg. I thought it was good for what it was. I was hoping it was going to be like stellar, like top shelf, but I still really enjoyed it for what it is. I think it's very, very well done. But I have heard that the bootleg version is a lot different than this one. I don't know if it's better than this one or not, but I heard it's a lot different. But the premise is pretty interesting. It's pretty well executed. It kept my attention the whole time, but glad to finally own that movie. Silent Night, Deadly Night. Transfer's fantastic on this. Way better than the standard Anchor Bay release or whatever that they put out. But yeah, man, Silent Night, Deadly Night. I watched this at Christmas time, of course. I just bought this movie way too many damn times in my life. But guess you can't have enough Silent Night, Deadly Night, man. I wish they had put would have been the fucking best. I just thought of this right now. Would have been the best feature ever. Would have been the Siskel and Ebert review of this film when they start calling out people's names on air. That would have been phenomenal. That would have been awesome. Yeah, I'm just looking to make sure it's actually not on there because that would have been cool, man. But yeah, A Dark Song. This was another great release. I saw this movie. I had to buy the Blu-ray, man. I thought this was fantastic. Really great premise. Very well executed, very creepy, atmospheric. But they really go into depth of what they're doing. I won't give anything away, but A Dark Song. Definitely give this one a shot. Good stuff. I had to upgrade Misery, man. I decided to. I wasn't going to upgrade this because the DVD was good enough, but I found it for stupid cheap, and I was like, fuck it. I'm going to do it. Plus, I kind of like the cover art on there. It's simple. It's cool, man. But Misery's a classic. We all know that one. Then we got Serial Mom, which my slipcover got completely fucked up on this. It actually came sealed, but it was flipped up like this. Yeah. And it was during the holidays, and I couldn't return it and stuff. It was Amazon. I was like, fuck it. I'm like, screw it. But I love Serial Mom. Actually, my buddy Zach was giving me shit for it. He's like, you bought Serial Mom? And I'm like, it's fucking hilarious dark comedy from John Waters. You gotta have Serial Mom. I'm so happy to have this. It's just funny as hell. I love that movie. Picked up Dawn of the Dead remake. Again, just because I found it at a really good price. I don't know why, but I was doing a lot of Amazon watching and finding shit for like crazy cheap prices. So, and other various outlets and shit like that. But I found this one. I still like the remake. Every time I watch it, it seems to go down for me, but I haven't watched it in a few years. I'll check it out again. Finally grabbed Species. I love this one. Can't wait to check out the transfer on this. I'm a big fan of Species. The first film anyways, man. Actually, part 2 is pretty good too. 3 and 4 are pretty lackluster, but actually, no, 3 has its moments, but yeah, the original Species is a great 90s film. Really great stuff. Had to upgrade Land of the Dead. I did not own this on Blu-ray before. I just had the DVD, but I'm a big fan of this movie. I know a lot of people, it's hit and miss with them, but that's fine. You know, it is what it is. But it's a pretty cool edition. It comes with the theatrical version and the unrated. I don't know why you'd watch the theatrical if you could watch the unrated version, because it's just the unrated version, right? But again, I actually dig the artwork on this. I think that was actually pretty well done. So pretty cool stuff. And last up for the Scream Factories, which, man, that's quite the Scream Factory load, is the Paul Naschy Collection Volume 2, which is one of my favorite releases of the year. Actually, Volume 1 and Volume 2. If you have not picked this up, it comes with the Hunchback of the Morgue, a dragonfly for each corpse, the Devil's Possessed, Exorcism, and the Weddy and the Werewolf and the Yeti, which blew my mind, you know, blew my shitter out. I needed that for, you know, the Video Nasties, one of the last ones I needed, but they just look great, man. They just look great. Such an awesome set. Paul Naschy Collection 2. Man, talk about the year of Paul Naschy. So many films got the rightful releases that they deserve, so very awesome stuff. So yes, but that is the ridiculous amount of Scream Factories. Like, that's got to be a record. That's more Scream Factories I've bought in the last year, I swear. Because there was a point where I was collecting all the Scream Factories and I just gave up. I was like, because they were releasing so much shitty stuff, so I said, fuck those guys. But yeah, we'll continue here in a second. Okay, moving along here, we'll get into some kind of standard things and just kind of bits and pieces. First up here is Brimstone. I fucking love this movie. I watched it, had to buy the Blu-ray. I didn't even know the Blu-ray was out because I watched it online and had to buy the Blu-ray. I don't want to give anything away, but it is in my top 10. We'll just put it that way. So if you have not seen Brimstone, give it a shot. It's absolutely amazing. Great performances, man. From Guy Pearce, who plays this insane preacher. Dakota Fanning does a great job in this film. Actually, everybody does. This is such a beautiful, the aesthetic of the film is just fantastic. Can't go wrong with this, man. It's a Western horror film. They don't make a lot of these, but apparently when they do, they're good. Brimstone, loved it. One of my favorites from last year finally dropped in price. I didn't buy it until recently because this thing was ridiculous. It was going for like $30 forever, and I got it for like 10. So waiting paid off. The Eyes of My Mother, man. I love this one. I really love this film. I thought it was fantastic. If you haven't seen this one, give it a shot. It's good stuff. Another one of my favorites from last year is The Monster. The wife bought me this one for Christmas also, actually, come to think of it. And I love this one. Great monster effects. Very isolated, contained horror film. Mother and daughter stuck in a car with this monster on a road. Simple premise. Awesome film. Very suspenseful. Check it out. Another one from this year that I fucking loved. This one had mixed opinions all over the place. I understand where people are coming from, but beautiful, well acted, very sick at the core storyline. Cure for Wellness. Thought it was awesome. I don't care, man. If you didn't like the film, that's totally fine, but I personally love this one. I thought it was awesome. It's good shit, man. It's long, it's like a couple hours long, 2.5 hours or something like that, but kind of like Brimstone. Very long films. Picked this one up today. Saw this one in the theater, loved it, and I had to own it. I was going to wait till it's dropped in price, but I was like, you know what, fuck it. I want to watch it again so bad, because I haven't seen it since the cinema, and that, of course, is it. Just the standard Blu-ray. But yeah, man, I was a big fan. You know, honestly, the only thing I didn't really care about this movie was Pennywise's voice. The guy that plays it. I'll probably be over it by the time I rewatch it. But that was the only thing. When he first started talking, I actually burst out laughing in the theater. I was like, "That's his voice, really?" It wasn't fitting to me for some odd reason, but awesome, good stuff. Another one I need to rewatch. I saw this in the cinema. I liked it. I wasn't blown away, but I do need to recheck it out. And that's Kong Skull Island. I'm such a big John Goodman fan that I felt like his character was a little bit wasted in this. So, but all in all, it was still a fun film. The effects and stuff were really well done. But Kong, it's better than Peter Jackson's. Oops, did I say that? Yeah, another one of my favorites from this year is The Void. This is the UK Blu-ray, which was like £5. Crazy. This thing was like half the price of the DVD here, so I don't get it. But yeah, The Void, really good stuff from Astron 6. Very, very mature film. Kind of a big homage to The Thing and things like that, among films. But yeah, really well done. Atmospheric and creepy, sci-fi, psychological. It's a good film, man. Good stuff. Next up here we got Better Watch Out, another Christmas-related horror film. This one I thought was pretty good, man. I didn't know much about going into it, and that's where it should be for everybody that wants to check this out. Don't watch any trailers. Just go into this thing blind, the way I did, the way a lot of people did, and accept it for what it is. And that's all I can say about that one. Better Watch Out. I did a review of this, and then we did a group one on the podcast too, which was actually full of spoilers because we'd already talked about it before. But yeah, Better Watch Out. Good film. Good film. Oh yeah. So these ones right here, man. What was it? Chopping Block. Maddie sent me these ones over. Chopping Block. Still haven't gotten around to checking this one out. I actually heard this one's pretty decent. From Legless Corpse. Rest in peace to Chad Armstrong, the guy that owned Legless Corpse. Actually recently passed away from like stage 4, I think colon cancer, what it was. So that's very, very sad. He had a film in the works and he unfortunately passed away, just after Christmas, I believe, or just before Christmas. And it's very, very sad. So rest in peace to him. And then we got Killer Pinata. You gotta have a film in your collection called Killer Pinata, right? I mean, that's fucking stupid. I love it. So that's cool. Next up here is, of course, Cult of Chucky. I didn't hate this movie. I didn't love it. I was kind of in between. I thought the premise of it was kind of ridiculous. I'm just kind of worried about the future with this, because if you're going to take the storyline to this types of levels, where do you go from there? Because the mythology is one thing I've always liked about the Child's Play franchise, is that they've changed the mythology every couple films. Subtly, but enough that you do notice and you're like, oh, that's pretty cool. But they changed the mythology so drastic here that I'm wondering where they're going to go to. I feel, I don't know, man. Like, I don't really know what else to say without like kind of ruining the film, but it's still good. It's still good. I'm concerned for the future with this one, but yeah, Cult of Chucky. The title is appropriate, though. It's very appropriate. We got Lycon here. Did a review for this on 31 Days of Horror. I did not care for this film whatsoever. Werewolf film. Very kind of run-of-the-mill. Very predictable. It had a few good atmospheric moments. It's actually shot pretty well. The film's actually quite beautiful. Shot in the woods and stuff. But all in all, predictable. Didn't really care for the story. And then we got 976 Evil getting the Blu-ray treatment, which I'm sure everybody and their dog has shown this because this came out like 3-4 months ago. And I haven't done an update in a while. I like 976 Evil, man. It's not great. Directed by Robert Englund, of course, starring Stephen Jeffries. Jesus Christ. But, I like the storyline in this. I really do. I think it's kind of interesting. But Stephen Jeffries, I think, is pretty much the best part about this film. He's kind of entertaining, like he is in Fright Night. But very cool. Comes with 2 different versions. So yeah, a little bit of standard stuff there. Yeah, let's keep moving along here. So we'll get into the Arrow stuff here. I only picked up a couple things. I actually have my Arrow sale purchases still in the mail. They haven't showed up yet. It's been a while. So I'm sure they'll show up probably right after I do this update, like they always do. But I did pick up Kill Baby Kill. Another Mario Bava film. I absolutely love this movie. I've always loved this movie. I kept saying for like the longest time why this thing didn't have a Blu-ray, because they released like all the other films, and here it is. Kill Baby Kill. Fantastic. Mario Bava, one of my favorite all-time directors, the master himself. And of course I picked up the George Romero Between Night and Dawn box set. Had to grab it. Very, very beautiful set. Comes with the awesome booklet. Everyone's shown this stuff, but with the crazies, of course. Season of the Witch, which is a film I do like. You know, a lot of people don't really care for this one. I actually do like that film. And there's Always Vanilla, which is a very strange film. Yeah, but cool cover art. So, yeah, the George Romero box set. Rest in peace to George Romero. Very, very sad, but this is an awesome release from Arrow. And yeah, I finally dipped into the Indicator. These are my first Indicator releases, and I have to say it's very Arrowish. It's awesome. So we got this Hammer Volume 1. I have pre-ordered Volume 2, but so it's very much like Arrow, man. These are awesome. This thing weighs like 1,000 pounds. Like, these are books. These are books, man. They come with like literally books in them. Fanatic, which is very cool. Then we got The Curse of the Mummy's Tomb, which I'm a big fan of this one. I like this movie. The Gorgon, fan of this one also. I think this is very cool. And Maniac. Yes, another great one here too. So I can't wait to check these out on Blu-ray. The only one I haven't seen actually is Fanatic. Never seen this movie that I can remember. I don't think. I might be getting this mixed up with something else, but I have a feeling I haven't seen it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just lying all the way around. I don't know. But yeah, really fantastic set, man. I can't wait to get Volume 2. It's like, I see how they're doing these. They're doing these as a little bit different. Oh, so it says, I didn't even notice this on the back. I'm noticing this for the first time, actually. This is limited to 6,000. Apparently I got 134. So I knew they were limited. I didn't realize it was written on the back, though. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, Hammer Indicator sets. This is fucking awesome. So yeah, so that's going to do it for the horror stuff. I got a few non-horror releases here. First up here, my favorite movie from last year, non-horror, is John Wick 2. I loved this movie. Saw it in the cinema, fell in love with it. Loved the first one. Can't wait for the third one. I think the third one is just going to be bananas. I mean, given the storyline that it's led up to the third one, this is going to be bananas. I was never the biggest fan of Keanu Reeves, but man, he is really blowing out my shitter with these two movies. I respect his hustle, training like a motherfucker. He's awesome in these films. These are fucking phenomenal. Picked up The Villainous, recommendation from the homeboy Derek. I still have not watched this, Derek, but I will get around to it. He says it's phenomenal, so can't wait to check this one out. It says one of the best action films. Villainous. This one, probably my second favorite movie of the year, and Brawl in Cell Block 99. That ending, man. Vince Vaughn, again, I'm not really the hugest fan of, but he kills this role. He does such a great job in this film. It's just phenomenal. Pretty long film, 132 minutes, but gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. And I also picked up 3 O'Clock High because I was talking with the homeboys the other night on Skype, and I can't remember if I've seen this film or not. I think I might be getting this mixed up with something else, but I know it's one of those 80s type, gotta survive high school type things, but yeah, love the cover art. It's from Shout Factory. Yeah, pretty cool. And last up for the ginormous freaking update, man. Oh, my throat is just... I think I've been talking for like 2 hours. Is this very cool box set that my wife bought me for Christmas. I'm a big fan of this. It's non-horror. And it's 30 for 30. This is basically the first 2 seasons with a bunch of extras in there. It's actually missing a couple episodes from the second season, but if you've never watched 30 for 30 before, it's basically just a series of documentaries on really interesting sporting events and stuff. And it's amazing. Almost every single show that they've ever done is so intriguing. Some of these things put you to tears. It's like amazing. But yeah, this is just awesome. Such a beautiful set. Comes, you know, of course, like a ticket, and opens up like this, you know, and it's got like all the discs and everything in there and shit. But just a really, really beautiful set. Yeah, so for the sports people out there, check it out. Hopefully they release like the rest of them and shit. So But 30 for 30. Yeah, and I think that is going to do it for the update. If I have anything else around, then it's going to have to be in the next update. But I'm happy to finally get this out of the way because I've had shit everywhere down here. You know, this is a lot. This is like 100 Blu-rays. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed that update, and I will see you guys very soon with obviously a smaller update. Obviously. So, check you guys then, and as usual,